They relax for a moment after turning off the video chat.
タイムマシン開発の協力者、冷や城真帆か。
Did she? Have you never heard of her before?
あんまり未来のことを言うのはまずいんだけど、父さんの仲間にそんな名前の人いなかったんだよね。
Huh.
え、そうなん？
ということはさ、どこかのタイミングで開発メンバーから抜けるってことなんじゃないかな。
Well, did you come from a future where Okabe had his, regrets? Susa had said something along the line of, the fact that they had gone back in time period meant that the timeline didn't exist how it was before, right? Because the only reason Maho's even connected to this group at all is because of Okabe's, knowledge of the, first game's events, basically. Right? They never would have been interacting with them if Okabe didn't know Kurisu from that, if they didn't, reach out to them, and they would have just been another group of people doing their own thing somewhere else. She still would have died, and I would not be shocked if the laptop was taken. Actually, it was not a coincidence that Maho had given the laptop to Daru. But I don't think that they would have ever told her. Well, the complication of people knowing stuff and things being and cause and effect being caused by people knowing stuff is a bit of a weird one here, isn't it?
こんなことを言いたくはないけど、どこかのスパイという可能性もある。
Like I was saying before, I think Kaguri could be one of the people, but I don't think it would be Maho. That seems really unlikely. Unless she's like a really good actor or something.
いくらなんでも真帆たんに限ってそれはないよ。
Well, okay, let's see. What situation could Kaguri be masquerading as, say, Maho? I don't think that would be the case, but okay. So the big problems I see with that is, one, how would she do the stuff that we know Kaguri has done at this point? So being in Japan would be important, especially for the Moika stuff, especially saving her at the end of it because she was with them at Ferris's house or apartment for a long time after that. I don't see how she could save them. Plus, being in Japan for the next several months in a way that could actually do what they needed to do. Then you also have the fact that we saw it from her perspective at several times, and it seems really, really unlikely that those thoughts would match up with Kaguri's thoughts enough to do that. I mean, they do go out of their way to show a person's face and not say, we switch to so-and-so's perspective. She seemed to be very knowledgeable of what Kurisu had done previously, so... Now the things in favor of that... This whole thing Suzuha's bringing up about how she wasn't involved in the other stuff. The fact that she wasn't in the other world line as far as we knew. The fact that there is a significant difference from the other world line. There seems to be a significant difference in that Kurisu seems much more accepting of the possibility of time travel in this one. That's a little detail I've noticed. That seems like an odd change to happen, especially farther and farther back in time and stuff like that. So that's a possibility. You also have the fact that she looks like a middle schooler. Sure, Kaguri would be 22 by now, but she seems to have some sort of like physical oddities to her, in terms of strength and whatnot that would seem generally impossible. Overall, I think, from what we've seen in her mind, it seems like it's very unlikely, but there are definitely some weird things that, when I think about it, that seem to line up in a way that I can't rule it out.
ごめん。
I'd say it's probably not it, though. If I had to bet, I'd say probably not. Partly because I'm basing this on my previous speculation, building off my previous speculation.
でも、そういう可能性もあるっていうことだけは頭に入れておいて。そういえば、母さんとはうまくやれてる？
tone change.
ね？
私、そっちの方も心配なんだ。大丈夫？私が生まれてこなくなるような事態にならないよね。
Is it a real possibility that you're not? The fact that you're still here. What would happen if you changed it so that you couldn't be born anymore? That's my question.
なんつうの？ タイムマシンよりもなんだい？
A little, for her.
ちょっといっつも口ばっかり。結局例の映画のチケットも無駄にしちゃったんでしょ。でもその後新しいチケットを用意しようとしたら断ったって聞いたけど。
そりゃあれだ。マヨシとフェイリスターに頼りきりなんて男らしくないっしょ。キリ。
Well, you'd have to do work in the first place if you really wanted to hold up that excuse.
で自分で何か行動に移したわけ？
Exactly.
ダメだこれ。しょぼくれてないで母さんにメールして。予定の空いてる日がないか聞いて。で空いてたら映画に誘う。
いきなりハードル高すぎ。
高すぎでも何でもいいから誘いなさい。いい？これは命令だからね。
命令って。
返事は？
さあ、イエスさ。
What does that even mean to Daru? Sir, yes, sir. Later. Satisfied, she headed off to take a shower.
あ、でもその前にちょっとだけコンビニに行ってくる。
He's running away. He's running away.
何しに？
睨まないで。なるべく太らないようなものを食べますんで、何卒お許しを。
There's no way he's going to keep this up as soon as she leaves.
バニラ。
はい。
私シャワー出たらアイス食べたい。バニラ。
Suzuha, you're trash. You don't like chocolate? And the whipping boy heads off. That was enough to cheer Daru up. He took his wallet and ran out of the lab.
どうかした？
階段のところにさ、こんなの落ちてたんだよね。
Fuck. That. We know what that is. Tara showed her the keychain she was holding. It was a round anime character whose color had faded into a smoky green. It was an Upa.
誰のかわかる？
まゆ姉さんじゃないの？
She leaned forward to take a closer look. Then felt like she was experiencing deja vu.
このウーパーどこかで。
Well, there's another one to not think that Kaguri is actually, or Maho is actually Kaguri. If this was dropped here, it probably would have been noticed much earlier. And Maho's not in Japan. At the very least, it would be extremely difficult for her to fake being in Japan at the same time. At the same time as going and doing work in the States. Sure, Dr. Leskinen isn't there to ensure that she's there, but still. I mean, you could fake a web call. You could. But yeah. I did not even notice that was. I didn't even remember that being there before. I know she had given it to her, but I didn't remember it in the picture. She gasped. A feeling of indescribable terror ran down her spine.
まさかこれかがりのか。
見つかったん？
いやでも向こうはこっちを認識しているんだ。あいつは私たちがシュタインズゲートに到達するのを阻止しようとしてる。
She's trying to stop you from doing anything to change the timeline significantly, right?
この世界をなかったことにしたくないと思ってる。ということは私だけじゃなく父さんもマークされてる。これからは用心のために私がいない時には必ずドアに鍵をかけておいて。気休めかもしれないけどドアチェーンもかけた方がいい。
She's saying to lock the door, but maybe I'm just like, because I would really like that sort of twist. Like Kaguri's really one of them. It would just be a cool plot twist, I think. Maybe that's why I'm centering so much around it. And the fact that there really isn't anything to like like, dissuade me from thinking it's a possibility. That's part of it. And plus other things that make me think, maybe it's a possibility.
でもさ、オカリンやマユシならともかく、アマネシと二人きりの時にそんなことしたら、なんか別の意味で怪しくね？アマネシに変な誤解されないかな？
Maybe.
それは確かに。
Could you do some fingerprints analysis? I don't know, you probably wouldn't be able to get the fingerprints of the people. Possibly suspect. So Suza at the moment, at the very least, thinks that Kaguri is coming around and listening in.
とにかく注意だけはしておいてよね。
Suza has decided to keep the green Upa keychain.
あのマユシに育ててもらった子が人を襲うような恐ろしい人間になるのかな？
I mean, everyone has their complicated situations. The thing about Mayuri is that she's passionate. She has an outlet for it in a way that's really much more productive for everyone around her. So, if the outlet for her daughter was twisted a bit by something else, as she'd grown up, she'd been taught the code techniques of a killer. There's no way to know where she'd been, what she'd been doing ever since she'd gone missing in 1998. At the radio building, is she talking about the previous one when she was a child? Or is she talking about when the person was looking in on the time machine? Is she assuming that was Kaguri? That's plenty possible. The second she left the shower room, she realized something was wrong. Lights were off in the part behind the curtain where the lab room was. She was sure she had left the lab lights on when she'd gone to take a shower. She didn't remember turning them off. Still completely naked, she flung open the curtain. She dropped to the floor, ready to move. She could tell by the light from the shower room that there was no one else there. She didn't hear any breathing. She didn't feel any other presence.
父さんが一度戻ってきたのか。
And when he left, he turned off the lights. No, that couldn't be right. She looked around the room and saw that things had been moved in a way that an amateur wouldn't be able to notice. Tara's computer desk, the sofa area, the bookshelves, even the mini kitchen. Someone had gone through them all. From the look of it, the same was probably true with the development room. She still had glanced over all the areas where she kept her guns. There's a small sound in the development room. It was tiny creaking of the floor, to which you usually pay no mind. It was more than enough for Suzaha. In an instant, she moved from quiet to action. She cleared the distance from the sofa in a single moment, and quickly drew her gun. She held it ready and slipped into the shadow of the refrigerator. From this position, she could barely see into the development room. I wonder if Kaguri came back to find the Upa. The room became silent again. But this time the intruder in the other room didn't try to hide their presence.
おかしな真似をしたら撃つ。手を頭の上に。そのままゆっくり出てこい。
Would it be Moeka? It could be Moeka under the orders from Kaguri.
この暑いのによくそんな格好をしていられるな。ヘルメットだけでも取ったらどうだ？
The intruder was wearing a motorcycle suit, just like before. Even the helmet was the same.
あんたが探してるものだけどね。そこにはないよ。私の服のポケットだ。
Suzaha pointed towards the entrance to the shower room. The shirt that she'd just taken off was lying there on the floor. The girl in the motorcycle suit turned her head, but because the face mask was down, Suzaha couldn't really read her expression.
なあ、落としたらダメじゃないか。ママからもらった大切なものだろ。かがり。
The second she spoke, Kaguri Shino was the first to move. She drew a Digaloss military knife that she must have been hiding behind her back, closed the gap between herself and Suzaha in an instant. She heard the small pop of suppressed .32. She saw Kaguri lose her balance and fall. Or so she thought, but it was a feint. She only pretended tended to lose her balance. In fact, she'd changed directions and was heading for the shower room. She seemed her first goal was to get back what she came for. At some point, all the bullets in Suza's gun had been swapped with blanks. The instant panic was all it took. Kagari reached out for the shirt on the floor from the shower room. Suza gave up on firing, flung the gun at Kagari. There was a dull thud as the hard barrel slammed into her neck. Caught off balance, she staggered before she could grab the shirt. Oh, are we confirming it's Kagari then? Suza jumped towards her to continue her attack. With terrifying speed, Kagari leapt off the ground and charged at Suzaha. There was enough time to come to a full stop. A sharp blade swept by, mere centimeters from her exposed abdomen. If she'd pulled back even a few tenths of a second later, the knife would have fatally sliced her, open her gut. Several knives carefully stored in the kitchen. He had brought them over to use in teaching the other girls how to cook. But Kagari had evidently noticed them as well. She was moving to keep Suzaha from reaching them. It said it was Kagari in the voice, so I don't think that they would do that based on Suzaha's assumption. I don't think they'd change that, so it's probably Kagari and not Moeka at all.
Hora, Kagari? Kore daro?
Oh. She picked up her shirt in front of the shower room, took the green keychain out of its pockets. That seems like the most likely thing. Her fingers moved as if to crush it. She could see Kagari twitch. For the first time, she could detect a hint of emotion behind the helmet. In an instant, she threw it at Kagari's stomach. If something they loved was thrown like that, even the fiercest warrior would instinctively reach out with both hands to grab it. Using the slow arc of the keychain as camouflage, Suzaha ran at her in a straight line. Her right fist connected hard with Kagari's stomach. Then her left arm smashed Kagari's head to the side. The knife slipped from her grasp. Suzaha got behind her and mounted her, twisting her arm mercilessly, and I forgot that Suzaha was naked. At the same time, she slipped her own left arm around Kagari's neck and squeezed hard. Is it training? Is it really training, though? Suza's assuming that, but she did it as a small child. Even in all the battles she'd been in, this much pressure on 2 different spots was enough to get even the toughest of soldiers to submit or fall unconscious. Terrified, Suzaha squeezed even harder. At this rate, she simply wouldn't knock her out. She would really kill Kagari. But if she stopped, Kagari would kill her. What should she do? Oh, that's gonna be enough, isn't it? To let her lose her guard. And then she heard a sad, weak voice from inside the helmet. It startled her. And she relaxed both her arms. But that was just what Kagari had hoped for. Suzaha was slammed back hard into the computer desk, and for a moment she couldn't breathe. I mean, you sort of did the same thing, didn't you, Suzaha? Sound of the front door opening that broke their stalemate. No, Daru, move, run. Suzaha felt a chill run down her spine when she heard Daru's voice. She yelled at the exact same instant he turned on the lights. The sudden brightness was enough to make Suzaha flinch for an instant. Kagari was wearing a full-face helmet, and that made all the difference. She leapt towards Ataru, just a moment before Suzaha. Kagura remained silent as she headed outside the door with their hostage. And in that next moment, she shoved him forward. Taro lost his balance and fell towards Suzuha. Suzuha fell to the ground underneath his weight. This exact moment is why he needs to lose weight. She knew it was coming. She was getting away. But when she looked around the street, the girl on the motorcycle and leathers was not there. There's no way to even know where she'd gone.
逃げられた。私さ、あの子のことは本当に好きだったんだ。小さくても勇敢で、まゆ姉さんを守るためにいつも頑張ってて。けど、あいつはもう完全に敵だ。
今の鈴葉、なんかエロゲーの地上キャラっぽい格好になってるよ。
Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him.
お、またそうやってふざける。大怪我してたかもしれないのに。
But Taro shook his head.
僕さっきはナイフ見て騒いじゃったけど、でも怖がる必要なかったんじゃないかなって。ナイフを突きつけられてた時、ほんの少しだけど聞こえたんだよ。
何が？
彼女、多分泣いてた。
え？
だからさ、決めつけるのはまだ早いんじゃね？
父さん。
の？
アイス買ってきてくれた？バニラ。
ああ、もちろん。
食
Good,
べたいな。
good.
私ちょっと疲れちゃった。
You know, it's gonna be tricky for her to get more bullets, isn't it? That was all she had the energy to say. She closed her eyes in her dad's arm, her consciousness melted away. And back to Okabe. When July came, the sun shone down even harder in eastern Japan. Summer was truly here. The arrivals lobby at the international terminal of Narita Airport was filled with foreigners and Japanese passengers returning home. Sorry I can't go today. Having a lot of people around would just bother Yajo. It's okay. Something to do. It's alright. I hope I can see Maho before she leaves. I'll ask her how long she's staying and contact you later. Thank you. Yeah. Cool. I believe us are waiting for someone here. I was just starting to wonder if we missed her because she's so small. Then she finally appeared. Small as ever. Or more precisely, I saw a giant travel suitcase rolling all by itself away from the gate. And from behind it I heard a voice I recognize.
まったくもう、パスポートの偽造なんかしてないわ。何なのよ。
Oh my goodness, you actually dressed up like a human being for once. Oh, you look so much better.
毎回。どの国へ行ってもいちいち調べられて、時間がかかって仕方ないわ。
I would so gladly take her to the father-daughter picnic. I walked up to the suitcase and gave it a pat. Yajo!
あなた
You look really pale. You okay?
大丈夫に決まって。そうなの？それは。どうも。
For some reason, her voice became really weird the moment she saw me. Was my being here really that much of a surprise?
でも、秋葉原駅までは行けるから、改札口に迎えに来てくれればいいって言っておいたのに。
Yeah, whatever. We're here. Ah, come on. You come all this way, so it's the least I can do. Also, I'm not sure you can really get to Akihabara on your own.
失礼ね。私はそんなに頼りなくないわ。
Mayuri and Ferris came up as well.
てってれー。
I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah, she's confused. Did Mayuri never say it before? Well, she hasn't said it very much this one. You say it too, Maho. Come on, get in the spirit. As Mayuri grabbed Maho's hand, Paris walked up and gave her a big hug. Is it destiny? Is it just like a sign of destiny that the two maid cosplayers come up to greet her and are going to be the ones to be here? Still, this was a really sudden trip, wasn't it? It was only a few days ago that I found out she was even coming. Maho was fidgeting and glancing up at me.
Okabe-sanはデスキネン教授とはよく連絡を取り合っているの?
Oh, changing the subject. She's like a middle school girl with a crush.
今回は教授の手伝いではないの。沖縄の親類のところへ行く予定なのよ。でも、せっかくだからその前に秋葉原にも寄ってみようかと思って。
Okay, I see. Okinawa, okay. Okay, fuck. For a moment, the name of that place brought back the visions of that nightmarish time. After I collapsed on Christmas, I was sent to another world where I spent a month fleeing into Okinawa.
マユシの学校は修学旅行は沖縄じゃないのにゃ。フェイリスはハワイにゃ。
That sounds nice. Did you catch any Pokemon?
海外だ。アロハ。
No, it's Alola. So, Hiajo, you're not staying in Tokyo that long?
だったらこのままフェイリスのお家に来るといいにゃ。この前のお部屋自由に使ってもらって構わないにゃ。だけどそんなに甘えるわけには。だったらこれでどうかにゃ。お部屋を無償で貸し出す代わりにフェイリスのお店でほんのちょっとだけお手伝いしてもらうのにゃ。お店
Yes.
ニャンだね。
Do it.
まさかそれってあの猫耳のお店？その通りにゃ。お断りします。
Shocking.
なんでって当たり前でしょ。私に似合うわけないわ。
Oh, is that the problem? Well, you should try it one time if that's gonna be your problem.
マホニャンはもっと自分の魅力に気づくべきだと思うにゃ。
I think you should, probably. I don't know how to say it, but put a little bit more effort into your appearance, maybe. If you did, I'm sure you'd look more... I'm trying my best to sound encouraging, but just ended up sounding like a real jerk. Of course, she was annoyed.
私は今のままで十分よ。研究が第一なんだから。でも、
Okay.
それじゃあ好きな人とかできたらどうするのにゃ。相手に気持ちを伝えられなくて困っちゃうにゃ。
Yeah, it's always funny that we were already in her mind and we know how she feels.
大丈夫よ。そういう人なんてできないと思うから困ったりしないわ。
She gave a sigh. That was just a little too deliberate. But I can tell you're really tired, though. Are you that busy with work?
それはまあ、掛け持ちしているわけだから。
Two projects. You're working on something besides Amadeus.
あ、
She quickly put her hand over her mouth.
それは企業秘密なの。そういえば、橋田さんは今日はどうしたの
？Ooh la la. Suzaha, you got a new mom. He's doing the most important job of his life right now.
人生をかけた？ガル君は今デート中なんだよ。
Amazing. Maho's shock was almost comical.
私本当に疲れているのね。ひどい幻聴を聞いたわ。
No, I can understand why you'd feel that way, but...
本当にデートなのです。 信じられない。嘘でしょ、あの変態が。
Even Maho was calling him a pervert. Dara said that he was talking to Maho a lot too. I can imagine what the conversations were like. Back to Suzaha. About half the seats at Gogokuri were full. Suzaha was sitting at the restaurant's far edge, a baseball cap pulled down over her face. She's hiding her face with the cap, carefully watching a couple sitting nearby. Great. Suzaha could see the other customers looking at them and whispering. The couple really stood out after all. They do not look like they were meant for each other. The man was a giant who looked like he ate major curry all the time. The woman was slim, pretty, and looked very kind. She looks happy. The Beauty and the Beast couple that Suzaha was watching was Daru and Yuki. Why the fuck would you wear that, Daru? Oh my goodness, that looks so... First date. Wear a wife beater. Good idea. In the morning, they'd gone to see a movie in Yurakucho, and they'd come home to Akihabara and gone straight to Gogokuri. Suzaha had followed them the whole time. That's why she couldn't believe Tara's choice of date spots. Oh, wow. Surprisingly, Yuki was ignoring the people around her and innocently enjoying the huge curry.
実はいつもお店の外でメニューだけ見てて一度食べてみたかったんですよね。連れてきてもらえて嬉しいです。
それは実に良かったです。
Oh my goodness.
お
Suzaha had evidently worried over nothing, but she still realized that Daru was acting strangely. Ever since he'd come out of the movie theater, he was walking and talking strangely. Instead of his usual hunch posture, he was forcing himself to stand up straight. Oh, his every movement seemed oddly forced, as if he was a broken robot. Okay, so is Daru's wife beater that color because it's normally that color? Or are those sweat stains? Seems like those could be sweat stains. Ooh. A huge plate was laid on the table in front of her. The other customers started murmuring again. Come to think of it, when she'd followed them into the store, she'd ordered her usual major curry with extra roe, and then forgotten about it. Now everybody was going to focus on her. In a small shop like this, it was suicide. Run, 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 run. Just as expected, her eyes met Yuki's.
Suzuha-san, いたんですか?
Yeah.
偶然だね、ユキさん、兄さん。
You know what's gonna make them less likely to get together? The idea that the sister is disapproving of it to this point.
声かけてくれればよかったのに。いや、気がつかなかったんだよ、全然。
But instead, Yuki came over and picked up Suzaha's plate.
すみません、店員さん。お友達。はい、どうぞ。OK ですって。
No.
一緒に食べましょうよ。
No, 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 no.
ちょっと、なんでなんでって、ほら、鈴葉さんもメジャーカレーじゃないですか。これはぜひ勝負せねばと思って。
What?
はあ？審判は橋田さんにやってもらいましょう。
Yeah, this would probably be more fun for her. And before Suzaha could respond, Yuki had moved her plate over to the table.
デート中に他の女とカレーの早食い対決したりするもんなの？さあ、どうでしょう。でもほら、アニメとかコミックスとかにそういうのありません？
No, I don't remember ever seeing that as a thing. Ever. Ever.
お兄ちゃんを取られたくない妹が彼女さんに向かって勝負だみたいなの。
Oh, that. That's what you think this is? That's what you think this is? For some reason, Yuki seemed incredibly enthused. Does she just feel like she's part of an anime now? This is a visual novel. Girl, this is a visual novel. The anime comes later, and this will probably be cut out. This probably won't make it into the anime.
どうしたのさ。なんかおかしいよ。
どうもしてないお。おかしくないお。
I prefer this Daru. In the end, Yuki and Suzuha did have their curry eating contest, and surprisingly, both of them completely finished their meals. Suzuha won by a very small margin, but the battle was exciting enough that not only the other customers, but the staff as well were applauding at the end. Oh, that would have been exciting to, like, see and read about in this, right? But the whole time, Daru kept eating by himself. Since this wasn't even a conversation, let alone a date, she sent Daru home alone.
私、もしかしたら気に障るようなことをしちゃったのかもしれません。
Oh, I don't think it's that. I just think he's a fucking typical otaku.
橋田さん、私といてもあんまり楽しくないみたいだったから。
He wouldn't have asked you out. I think he's just, you know what? I actually don't know if he enjoys it. I don't know if he enjoys it. You two seem to hit it off more than others, but he is sort of being peer pressured into it. I think he likes you, but he's being rushed into it in a sense, so it's making him very, very nervous.
単に緊張してただけじゃないかな。
Yeah, basically.
でも映画を見る前は楽しそうにお話ししてくれてたんですよ。
What was in the movie? What was in the movie?
それが映画の後はすっかりよそよそしくなってしまって。私、何か間違っちゃったのかな。カレー屋さんに連れて行ってもらったのも私のリクエストだったんですけど、ずっとあの調子だったからさすがにちょっと困ってしまって。それで偶然お店にいた鈴葉さんに助けを求めたというわけです。
Yeah, he was acting awkwardly. Did you not notice that, Suzuha? You said you were tailing them the entire time. What had happened inside the theater? Suzuha hadn't followed them inside. She spent about 2 hours killing time outside.
ゆきさんはなんで兄さんのこと好きになったの？私はまだ好きかどうかもよくわからないです。そっか。
I think you do. Not only had Daru not told Yuki he liked her, this was still their first date, and they hadn't even spoken that much before, either. She hadn't even reached the point where she saw him as a member of the opposite sex.
私さ、もうすぐここからいなくなるんだ。こんなこと私が頼むのもおかしな話なんだけど。
Then she bowed deeply.
橋田至をよろしくお願いします。
There was no answer from Yuki. Suzuha looked up, afraid, and tried to gauge the expression on her face. She looked kind of lonely. Kind of sad.
私はどうしたいんでしょうね。ああ、もうどうするんだよ。これじゃ破局の危機だよ。まだ始まってもいないけど。
As soon as she got back to the lab, she yelled at her useless father.
おー、すずはごめんな。橋だけはもうダメなんだお。
You sound so upset.
しょぼくれてるんじゃない。シャレじゃ済まないんだ。とりあえず今日はなんであんな態度を取ったのかしっかり説明して。
映画の座席って狭いじゃん。だから僕天音氏の邪魔にならないようにと思ってできるだけ椅子の端っこに寄って座ってたんだよね。そしたら 椅子がベキっていって壊れそうになって。
Of course. Of course.
で慌てて体を支えようとして肘掛けを掴んだんだけど、それが肘掛けじゃなくて天音氏のその手だったんだお。
うん。そんなこと母さん一言も言ってなかったけど。
天音氏優しいからさ、僕を傷つけないようにと思ったのか、その手を振りほどかないんだお。僕ってこの体型じゃん。手汗とかかきまくりじゃん。ベッタベッタになるわけじゃん。なのに天音氏何にも言わずそのままで、なんかそれからすごく意識するようになっちゃって。
ああ、なるほどね。それであんなにポンコツになってたのか。
天音氏もきっと心の中でキモいうざい話せ変態って思ってたに違いないよ。
母さんはそんな人間じゃないよ。
Yeah, so basically... Yeah. In fact, from the way she was acting, she probably thought she'd upset him somehow. The problem was what she said.
私はどうしたいんでしょうね。
What did she mean by that?
母さんがわからない。
鈴葉、こうなったら母さんのことは諦めて僕と二人で仲良く生きていこう。
言ってることがめちゃくちゃだよ。そもそも私はどうやって生まれてくればいいんだ。
でも無理だって。
Obviously not. It happened once.
父さんが頑張らないでどうするの？このピンチをチャンスに変えるんだよ。
Oh my goodness. She grabbed her father by the collar and shook him.
でないと取り返しがつかないことになるよ。
ですよね。
Then she heard a car park in front of the lab. Okabe, Mayuri, Ferris. And Maho.
ヒヤジョウさん、もう到着してたのか。でもなんでオカリンおじさんたちと一緒なんだろう。まずいよ、それ出しっぱなし。
え
And Suzaha pointed towards where the foam wave was sitting.
あ、やばいやばい、覚醒。
オキドキ。
Knowing as this meant that Mao Yajo was coming to the future Gadget's lab. Suzaha had hoped that this would meant the work on the foam wave would get back on track. And ends. What a fucking weird way to end the chapter. A bit anticlimactic. Well, I mean, assume this is from them working on the foam wave. So most of the stuff in this ending felt like it came from, well, the fact that they're working in the foam wave with Maho now, which is unexpected. I honestly didn't expect this to go to summer. The first game, I think, was very, very concentrated over a very short time, technically. Over the summer, basically. And this one, I figured it would be over the winter, and now they're back to summer, which is interesting. You also have Kaguri. Kaguri's the big thing. That is the biggest question on all the minds, I think. We didn't get a good look at her. It feels like they're intentionally making it so that we don't get a good look at her. It has to be someone who did not show up in the first game's world line. I think that was the beta one or the whichever one it was. I feel like Maho's the only one. I guess I am sort of stuck on the idea that it has to be her trying to blend in with them, but it feels really weird that they seem to so intentionally hide her appearance. With like, when we were in her mind in the present, they didn't show her at all. They went from her being a small child, so that the thing that came up with her portrait was the child one, so you didn't get to see it that way. And when she was attacking the lab, she was in the motorcycle thing with the helmet, which never came off, very specifically. So I feel like her appearance has to be a revelation. And the only way I can really think of that really coming together in a way that makes sense would be that she's someone we know, basically. And the only people that we really know to any significant extent would be people in the group. We don't really know anyone else outside of the group, especially girls. I mean, Maho, Kaede, Fubuki, Mayuri, Kurisu, sort of, Suzuha, Ferris. It's probably not Luca. It's probably not Luca. I'm just not thinking of it. Maybe I'm getting a bit stuck in a single mind frame in terms of thinking about it. Maybe I'm just not letting myself think outside the box a bit more. But that's the thing that comes to mind, and it's the only thing I can really think of as to why that they'd want to keep that under wraps and why her appearance would be a spoiler. It just have to be someone we know, basically. In terms of her actual origins, I think I didn't see anything that made me think otherwise. I think she's probably like a clone that was made from Kurisu. Maybe it's someone in Russia, because I mean, they had the whole thing where they attacked her house, so that's a possibility that they could get her DNA from that. Then again, I'm sure her corpse is probably somewhere. It's not like her body was completely destroyed. So if they were going to clone someone and then intentionally like insert them into Mayuri and Daru's group to try to send her back in time, yeah, maybe if they knew Mayuri well enough, they'd know that that's how it would turn out. But at the same time, that would probably actually be an overzealous plan if they're going to predict everything that would go down to send them back into Kaguri back in time. I mean, assume that the mother that they were intended to protect. This is an assumption, because I'm 100% sure it's not Mayuri, because that seems unintentional. That the mother they were supposed to protect was Kurisu, which means they would have had to be sent back in time. So maybe they. But why would you base it off Kurisu? So many questions. So many questions. Even the stuff for that. Even my speculation just gets me more questions as to why and how. I could go on about this for like forever and a half. I'm not sure how many more chapters there are until an ending, but apparently I am committed to an ending. I've gotten that impression. There didn't seem to be many options to actually pick up or not pick up various stuff. I think the only phone trigger I got in that one was with Luca. There might have been a few others, but I didn't get many if I did. So, again, one chapter a week. See you next week. No idea how many episodes this will be, so drive safely, everyone.